Hey, what's up YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums, and in this video I'd like to talk about a very important subject that you should be at least aware of, if not prepared for. And if you're a beginner who doesn't know this, now's the time to sort of maybe get a few things together for yourself. And that is, what are you going to do if the power goes out for an extended period of time? Now stay tuned. For the end of this video, I'm going to show you a beast of a generator that I have that can power an entire fish room full of tanks and your entire house if necessary. Now, there is a few small things that you can do if you don't want to buy a generator. They have different size generators, small, big. They have battery powered generators that you can plug in a few small things with low wattage. And they have huge generators that can power an entire house or 20, 30 fish tanks for your entire fish room. Now, if you do own a business or have a lot of fish tanks, or most important, if you've invested years and years into a giant reef tank that may have $10,000 more worth of corals in it, I would definitely invest in our generator that can power that tank. But for the few hours that you may lose power, here's a few smaller things that you can use that I've used in the past and I recommend everybody get to have on their shelves if they lose power for their fish tanks. Now, one of the most important things is a battery powered air pump. Marina makes a good one. This is an older one, brand new. I always have a couple of these. And you want some tubing and you want an air stone or a bubble wand. I like these bubble wands. They're flexible, they give off a lot of O2, and you want to oxygenate that water. Now that the aquarium has stopped working, and if you don't have a generator, you want to move water and oxygen. You want to keep the tank oxygenated. You want to disrupt that surface, and keep your tank oxygenated. Now, battery powered pump. Tom makes one too, and tubing and air stones or bubble wand. Multiple if you need one for bigger tanks, or one will do for a small tank. Now, speaking of small tanks, this was great. I learned this a while ago and this works wonders, believe me. If you take hand warmers, they have bigger ones than these, such like the ones that you would ship fish with, or just these ones that you use for the winter time for your gloves, and you crack these open and you put them in Ziploc bags. Now, if you have a vacuum sealer that will actually like seal, that would be great too, but Ziploc bags work wonders, and you drop these in your tank and they will actually keep your tank heated for an extended period of time, especially if it's a smaller tank like this one, 15 gallons. These work great. Toss them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in your tank, and they'll keep your tank warm enough during that few hours of no power. With that being said, this has been in a few videos of mine and I use this all the time, a battery powered thermogun, infrared thermometer. That way you can periodically check your tank. You just laser the water and it'll tell you what the temp is, so you can monitor what's going on. If it drops too low or if it's too high, you can remove the heat packs or add more if necessary. Now, one of my favorite things, and easily one of the most easily to get things, you can get these anywhere, is a moving blanket. Now, you can use any blanket, but these moving blankets are thick, they're heavy, and if you drape it over your aquarium, I used to do this in my old house all the time, no generator, nothing, but we lost power so often. And I would sort of air stone my freshwater tanks, and in my 40-gallon breeder, my reef tank that was really getting established with lots of corals, I would just drape this moving blanket right over the top of it and just get some tape and tape it around the bottom, and that would really seal in the heat for a long time. And that was before I knew the heat pack tricks. So those are just a few tips. Let me know in the comments what you guys do when you have a power outage, but don't let your fish tanks go to shit. Don't let all your fish die, especially all you know, huge reefers out there with very expensive equipment in your tanks, I'm sure you already have a generator, but if you don't, get one, because you don't want years and years of collecting corals to just all of a sudden die because National Grid doesn't get your power back on, or heaven forbid there's a nasty hurricane or a snowstorm and you're going days without power. And by that point, it'll be too late to run to Home Depot or Lowe's to get yourself a generator, because I'm sure that's what every other person is doing at that moment. So invest the money, especially for a reef tank with lots of corals, especially if you're running a business or have, you know, 5, 10, 20 tanks going at all times that you've invested so much time and energy in. Just go get that generator, folks. Now let's go see this big generator outside. So this generator here is the Generac Power Rush GP8000. This was about $1,100. It's a little overkill for my fish tanks, fish tank at the moment, but I essentially bought this for the house. This holds 8 gallons of gas and will power my entire house for around 15 hours, 13 to 15 hours depending. It also has, you know, a bunch of plugs, so it'll be good for, you know, a construction site as well. This has a remote push button start, also has pull cord, nice battery. Might want to invest in a trickle charger to hook the battery up to if, you know, you have long cold winters like us. So I originally got this to power the house because this past winter was really bad as far as storms and stuff, and we did lose power quite a bit. Fortunately for me, my neighbor is an electrician and my son is about to graduate Voc school in electrical to be an electrician. So they ran the plug right to the box, and I lose power. I just pull this thing out the garage and plug it right into the wall. If I get focus, plug it right into the wall and go down and flip the breaker, the main off, and then this on, and my house will be up and running. And all I got to do is continue to fill this with gas if it's more than a day or whatever. So I'm not certain that everybody will need a generator like this. They do make a lot smaller options, but this is the one I have. I'll link it in the description. I got this at Home Depot. Sorry, Lowe's. This one was a Lowe's version, but they probably have the same one at Home Depot. But, you know, you can get similar brands. This one had great reviews. It fires right up, push button, boom, off you go, and you are ready to power your aquariums. Now, I also have a smaller one that you could plug in like a refrigerator, etc. So with this one, you can run the whole house, all the lights, the Wi-Fi, everything you've got plugged in, your refrigerator. The only thing you can't run is electric stove and your electric dryer, and it's not recommended to run your AC, which is fine. You know, you really just want your heat running. If you lose power in the winter, you need heat. You don't want your pipes to freeze. If you lose power in the summer, who cares? You can live a day or two without air conditioning. Open the windows or whatever. But this thing is a beast. It will run my entire house, and I have a big house. I'm not going to lie. Almost 4,000 square feet, tons of lights, 4 kids, Wi-Fi, you know, everything running, and this does the job. So this is the one I would recommend to get. For personal experience, I've used this, and it works great. I hope everyone enjoyed that video and got some good information out of it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See you on the next one. I'm out.